This is the charging and discharging wave of the capacitor. We have to gather supply and you are seeing that it works. Hi everyone, today I am going to show you on the electricity lab set that how a capacitor works in a series circuit. As we know that capacitor has two functions, it stores charges and it acts like a filter in a circuit. Okay, this is 25 volt 1000 microfarad capacitor. This is the diode and this is the load. Now we are going to make the circuit. You have to adjust the diode in this position. You have to take care of the polarity as this is the cathode portion. Okay, so we have to connect the anode portion of the capacitor. Now if you want to change the polarity of the diode, then we have to change the polarity of the capacitor too. Okay, this is the load. We have to fix the load on the electricity lab set. Now we have to give the AC to the diode because the diode changes AC into DC, that is the alternating current into direct current. We have to get the supply at the one end of the diode and at the other end of the capacitor. Now this is the setup. Now we have to connect the load because the load is disconnected as you are seeing. Okay, now I just made some space and I connect this terminal with this one. Again I started to connect the same terminals. Okay, now we have to put on the supply. And as you see that it works and the light is much more brighter than expected because of the capacitor. If you want to remove the capacitor, so the light just dim. Okay, now we have to put back the capacitor and you will see that the light becomes much more brighter. Okay, now we are going to show you on the oscilloscope that which kind of supply we give the alternating current waveform and what we get across the diode and across the load. So now let's see. We have two channels on the oscilloscope, the right one and the left one. The right one is the supply, okay, and the left one is the output. Now first of all we have to connect the channel 1, that is the supply. We connect the one portion and the ground is common. You have to connect only one ground for both of the channel, that is channel 1 and channel 2. As you are seeing on the oscilloscope that this waveform is sinusoidal, that is it is the alternating current. Now we are going to show the output which shows some peak and a downward movement. This means that the capacitor is charging and discharging. Now we remove the load and the capacitor. We just show you across the diode in which the positive is passing and the negative portion of the sinusoidal waveform is clipping. Now we put back the capacitor and it shows a straight line, which means that the capacitor is acting like a filter. Okay, like a filter means that for diode it is just clipping the negative portion and allowing the positive portion, but by connecting the capacitor it just gave you a straight line, which means power DC. Okay, now this waveform is for charging and discharging. The downward movement is for discharging. Thanks for